Oh hi, it's Bukai, and welcome back to another video of Knockout City, and this game here, I play just horribly. There's no real way of describing it. I still hadn't figured out the indicators around the screen. This was still my first day, but it was after a big long losing streak, and I just could not take it on there. I did not play as a team. I just kind of rushed forward doing my own thing, and I had a feeling that this game was just going to be another inside of our losing streak. But, you know, it does break it. Like, spoiler alert for everybody on there. But the main reason why I'm actually showing this video, considering I would have just deleted it and called it one of the garbage games, not worth actually uploading despite a win. And, like, I'll upload my losses. If it's a good game, I will upload my losses, and I will upload my wins. The main parameter that I take is it a good game? And this one here is not a good game. But the reason why I'm uploading it is because I have some gripes with the actual control system. You can tell that this game is made for controller. It is not made for the actual PC controls, and the main reason is that it's got a dedicated dodge button, and I die a lot inside of that lose streak and inside of this game. Mainly because considering the more I get used to the game, the more old habits from dodgeball start actually kicking in. So, any game that I play that has WASD movement and a dodge mechanic, whether MMO, whether single player, whether dodgeball, anything, has usually a double tap, a key to dodge on the actual... It has the double tap to dodge on the actual keyboard. But this game doesn't. It uses a dedicated dodge button, which is needed for a controller, but then it lazily took that same controller movement set and set it for the PC, which you can see here as I open up my actual thing and try to figure out, okay, what am I doing wrong on here? Like, there's got to be a double tap, because I keep double tapping my keys in order to actually get hit. And, you know, I'd start changing around some things on there. I'm like, okay, maybe if I change my dodge back to defaults, and I will just change caps lock on there as an actual key. Now, I'm not sure what caps lock was bound to before, and I think I made a mistake doing that. I'm wondering if that was your target swap on there, which is usually tab, but, you know, I'm using tab for my actual... Actually, I think at this time I'm using tab as tile this still, and I switch it later to tab because I don't notice that it had tab targeting. So I've got to figure that out. But inside of every other game that you play on there, there's dodging is done by double tapping a key to dodge to a direction. So you double tap W, double tap A, double tap D, double tap S, and you will actually dodge in that direction. That's usually how keyboard controls are done for dodging style games, or any game that has an evasive maneuver on there. Or other ones will have Q and E for strafe, and you know, if you double tap Q and E, you'll strafe and dodge in that direction. This game doesn't. It's a dedicated dodge, which means that on a keyboard you are actually kind of at a disadvantage, because considering to be able to tap your dodge key and S at the same time is a lot harder than just double tapping your S on there, or at least through muscle memory from every other game that you play. It goes down to why do games have certain keyboard layouts and certain layouts for like button patterns. It's because people get used to it, and you have basically your muscle memory, and you instinctively start pressing that button in order to play. And when people start changing those, people complain, so like, oh, this is unintuitive. There's certain games that have fixed these problems and made it more intuitive, or certain ones that are unintuitive but eventually become a lot better and a lot more useful. For example, take the Demon Soul system. A lot of people didn't like using the triggers to swing your attacks and using the triggers to actually parry, considering most of the games actually tie attacks to the button keys. But it was a huge bonus on there. And a lot of people, once they got used to it, thought that the system was actually better. I don't think that this system is better for keyboard. I actually think that it's inferior, simply because considering it's a lot harder to hit multiple actions than just a double tap the key, which is your reflex on there. You're fighting a reflex rather than trying to teach a different mechanic. I could just be, you know, complaining and whining and whatnot, and other people enjoy it more, but it's just something that I find frustrating, and I honestly hope that the developers go back and fix that piece on there. Because I love this game. It's a great game on there. And I gotta give kudos to that guy that kind of shot me in his blind spot on there. I did not see him coming, and he just, bam, I was done. I thought I thought I escaped those guys, but nope. That third guy on there that flanked me, well played to him. Well played to him. So I'm kind of going through all of my settings, and that's why I'm showing you this here, because considering these settings are rudimentary. You can tell they're made for a controller. They're not made for keyboard and mouse output and layout. So the answer is get a controller, most likely, but I can't get a controller on there. Like, I'm used to the mouse, or I like my mouse and keyboard, and I don't have the money for a controller right now, so I can't buy one, and I will eventually get one, but I don't want to buy one just for this game. I like my keyboard and mouse. That's why I play on the computer and not on a console. But, you know, I digress on there. I'm just complaining and whining and whatnot, and to get into the game, you can kind of see that once I start playing as a team again, we start to actually pull back, and before then, I'm still pig-headed, I'm getting bodied around, I'm still trying to figure out the controls, considering my instincts are still hitting W, are still hitting the other one, and I switched my dodge back to the actual caps lock, considering it was easier for me to hit than to hit the actual shift. My shift on there was just weak, and I was already starting to build a little bit of memory for it, but it still was not, it still is not enough on there, and I can tell that it's going to be it's gonna hurt me in the long run. Now, I think that Q and E, I haven't tested this yet, and I haven't, because I've been recording all of these all at once, so if people have answered in the comments on there of how to actually curve the ball, I apologize, because by the time this one's recorded, I still don't know, but I believe it is set to Q and E, since there is no real strafe on there, and I haven't really looked into the settings for that specific thing. And there I get smoked in the face after I botch a good old-fashioned catch. I have a feeling that the catch only works at X amount of distance, so you can't actually catch the point blank, simply considering if you look at the way the catch goes in front of your character, it actually kind of visually shows in front rather than the actual character model itself. So I have a feeling that if you're point blank, you're actually just inside of the catch model, and you get smoked in the face with it. It's just something to make note of, especially if you're the type of player that I am, where you're an in-the-face type player. So if somebody is trying to actually catch dodge you, just whip them right in the face when you're right in front of them. I could be wrong about this. If people know about where the hurt boxes are and the hit boxes are, let me know, because considering that would be hugely beneficial to actually learn. And you can see that we're playing as a team on there, and we actually win this round, which I was so happy to see that round one, considering we were just getting stomped and stomped and stomped. I got on some, like, French team for, like, 4 games in a row, and it just demoralized me. Like, they were 2 players on the same team, and then me, and they had French names, but the problem is they didn't even play together with each other. It's like, you guys are in the same team. You're not even playing together on there. You're just running around to other sides of the map doing your own thing, and so what do I try to follow them as well, and we just get trounced and stomped, and I get on the same team like 5 times, despite trying to delay my joining, and it was just utterly frustrating, and, you know, I did let it get into my mood, and it did affect this gameplay, and it did affect my other games when I stopped getting with them, and you can see that it definitely affected this game here, where I'm just making really, really bad decisions. I'm not playing at my best. I'm not playing very well. I do think that also did kind of knock my mind into the double tapping to escape, but I think that's also a lot of muscle memory. We'll see, though. We'll see what it does to actually change. It is a fun little game. I do enjoy it. It is a homing mechanism on there, which I prefer games that you gotta actually either your movement can actually dodge, or your game can actually whatchamacallit actually changes the, like, homes the missile onto a person, and then the person's movement dodges it, or 2, the game homes, but you have the infinite dodge type thing on there. I mean, that's the way that this game is. What I meant was, I prefer the FPS approach, where you get the ball and you can shoot exactly where you want it to go. I know why this game doesn't have that, and other games don't have it as well, considering it's utterly frustrating if you're not good at FPS games. And, you know, this is about dodgeball, passing amongst each other, and those type of ones are about pure personal skill. The game where the ball actually takes a distance over time physics to figure out where the person's going to be using client-side prediction, that is my favorite on there, because then it turns into a game where movement is king, where the more you move, the more you dodge. This game, it's less so that, it's still positioning, it's still about movement and timing. Like you can see here where I grab a guy after rolling underneath the actual truck and throw him off the cliff. I honestly was surprised. I didn't know that was a thing, and it's something that I think I might want to abuse if I can in the future. If somebody's hovering around it, hide underneath, roll, catch, grab, whip them over a wall type thing. It's a nice, quick, easy kill. Now the game's getting pretty close on here, and I'm thinking, oh great, man, this might actually also be another loss on there. It's 9-7. We might just lose, all three of us. Like, it could go either way at this point. We just got to nuke down someone. So first person I see, I whip ball at, and it's okay. Yeah, we took out a heart, and second, okay, we won. So someone took out someone, and you can see here the ball. I think the guy actually ends up catching it, but that's the game. So if you guys enjoyed this video on there, don't hesitate to give it a like, subscribe. If you didn't, pass it on to your enemies. If you'd like to help support the channel, there's a coffee shop in the link below. Take care, everyone.